Yo, what's up, core calisthenics? Mike and Nick here again, and today we're going to be bringing you through a beginner planche tutorial. All these workouts can be done on the ground, but we do recommend getting a pair of parallettes. We do sell them on our website, corecalisthenics.com. Check them out if you need a pair.
Alright, so first we're going to bring you guys through our warm-up. We're going to work on engaging our scapula, our core, and working on our wrist mobility. Then we're going to bring you through a few workouts that will eventually get you to the tucked planche. This is a super beginner workout. This is for people who's never trained planche at all and wants to start training it. We'll bring you through this workout, and eventually we'll make an intermediate and an advanced video for those who are a little bit more advanced.
Let's get it. Alright guys, so warming up for your planche is super important. Not only do we want to warm up our wrists, we want to warm up our scapulas. So when I first started getting into planche training, I was spending like 10 minutes like warming up my wrists, doing like stuff like this, and then I was spending another 10 minutes warming up my scapulas until I decided to combine both these warm-ups into one workout. So for this, you're going to need to be on the floor and you want to have your hands facing out. First step is you want to lock your arms out, straight arm position, and then retract your scaps, protract, lean, and bring yourself back using your front delts. And while you're doing this, you're warming up your wrists by stretching them backwards and forwards. So protract, protract, lean, keeping your arms locked down. And then push yourself back with your shoulders.
Alright, so I'm going to be doing mine on the parallettes. I'm going to show you guys one of the workouts that I do pretty consistently actually. I'm going to show you the dynamic for it first. We're going to go down to our planche position, right? Same thing as Mike said, you're going to want to protract your scapulas. Keep the eye of your arm, the middle, out. And lean forward. Now once you get to the spot where you can't lean anymore without falling over, you're going to push up with your shoulders. Make sure it's with your shoulders. Keep your core engaged too. And if you don't want to do a dynamic, you can do a static hold. So you can just hold that lean position for as long as you can. Preferably a good 10 seconds would be great. Keep those toes pointed, protracting scaps, the core is engaged, just leaning and holding. Now the stronger you get, the more you can hold, the further you can lean forward. Eventually your feet will come off the ground, and that will be your planche. But as a super beginner right now, I just want you to work on the lean, work on the necessary muscles in order to obtain a planche.
Alright guys, another dynamic planche workout I'm going to be showing you guys here today. It's the Pseudo Planche Push-Up. I'm sure you guys have heard of it and seen it on Instagram or YouTube or something like that, but we're going to show it here with proper form. So this workout is really going to put a lot of stress on your front delts and keeping your scaps protracted the whole time. I'm going to show it on the ground first, and I'll show it on the parallettes. If you do it on the parallettes, you get a little more out of it because you can go deeper, but if you don't have parallettes, doing it on the floor will do just fine. Here we go. Same thing as if we're going to do a planche lean. You want the eye of your elbow or your arm facing out. So you want to turn that out. Have your hands to the side. Protract your scapulas. Lean as far as you can. And leading with your hips, keeping your abs and your glutes tight, just do a pseudo push-up. Keeping my scaps protracted the entire time. Now I'll demonstrate it here on the parallel. Like I said, when you're doing it on parallettes, you're just going to get a little bit deeper, so it's a little tougher to keep your scaps protracted the whole time. Now one thing I want to mention here is some people, when they're doing the pseudo push-ups, they're going to go down and they're going to come back up and their scaps are not going to be engaged anymore. They might lose their protraction at the top, but that's completely fine. When you get to the top, re-engage your scaps, do another rep. Eventually guys, you're going to keep building strength by doing these and you'll get to planche in no time.
Alright guys, so for our last workout, we're going to be doing the static tuck planche hold. This is the super beginner progression for planche. So it's going to be the first time you're going to get your feet off the ground, right? So same thing, eye of the elbow facing forward. We're going to protract and keep our legs completely tucked, and off the ground we are. You don't want to hold this for like 15 to 20 seconds at least before you start moving your legs out. So So the further your legs go back, the harder it is because you're gonna have to lean more forward. A lot more burden on your shoulders, right? So here's the tucked, right? And eventually as you get stronger, your feet are gonna go further away, making it much, much harder. And for those of you who don't have parallettes, you could do it on the ground as well. It is a little bit harder considering you have less space for your knees. So you're gonna have to protract a little bit more to get your feet to come off the ground, right? I honestly suggest training on the ground first. Because it is a little bit harder, you train on the ground, then you go to the parallettes, it's gonna be a lot easier. So don't be afraid to train on the ground. You don't have parallettes yet, the second you get them, it's gonna feel a little bit easier. So use the ground is your best friend.
All right guys, there it is, beginner planche workout for you guys. Keep in mind that we started there. We started at those beginner workouts like dynamic leans, static leans, pseudo planche push-ups, tucked holds. Like we all start from zero. You're not just gonna jump in and be able to do a full planche. It's probably the hardest, one of the hardest calisthenics movements.
If not it probably is the hardest calisthenics movement. It takes a serious amount of time and dedication if you want to actually achieve this movement. So don't get discouraged. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. But just know each progression, like the tuck planche, you want to hold that for 15 to 20 seconds, then you'll get advanced tuck, then it turns into straddle, it turns into full planche. So just take the steps, don't skip any steps, do good form, and you're gonna build real strength and get as strong as you've ever been, I promise you that.
So we're gonna have an intermediate front lever and planche video coming for you guys. We're gonna just try to produce at least 5 videos a week if we can, and
a lot of content coming.
Yeah, we just want to provide you guys with as much content, as much knowledge as we can, so you can get the calisthenics wave moving here to the United States.
Like, comment, subscribe,
it is.
as per usual, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
We're out, let's go.